Hello there and welcome. My name is Linda and this is my channel, Linda T70. It's really good to have your company today. If you've just found me by chance, welcome. If you're a regular and a subscriber, thank you so much. Couldn't do it without you. Thank you very much for all your feedback on the garden video. It went better than I thought actually. I didn't think anyone would find it that interesting, but had lots of feedback, and my sort of community of people that regularly comment have sort of given me tips and hints and told me what's going on in their garden. So it's really interesting to know what other people get up to. So thank you for that. Thank you for helping me again with my subscription numbers. It's the numbers are going up, so that's lovely. I'm not going to keep going on about it because I said after 1,000, you know, but I do feel that I should thank you for doing that. And more subscribers welcome if they fancy doing that. So I haven't got a haul for you or anything today, but this is in preparation of a video I'm thinking of doing. If you'd be interested, I'm not too sure, because I didn't really think anyone would be interested in the garden one, but I suppose most of us have got a garden, haven't we? Well, no, I shouldn't say that, because most of us don't have a garden. Lots of people have gardens or areas, especially my generation of people who, even if you don't live in, you might get your teeth in, you might live in a flat, but you perhaps got a little patio area or a balcony area or just indoor plants. I mean, it's something we kind of gravitate to doing, isn't it? So it seems to be an age thing, although of course lots of young people are getting into gardens as well and growing veg and whatnot. Anyway, I'm going off that subject a bit, aren't I? First of all, I need to apologise for looking a bit of a state. I say that, you probably think she doesn't really look it, she always looks a bit like that, but I'm having my hair cut today. I can't wait. It's really, I know it probably doesn't look any different to you, but I think most of you might know what I mean when I say once it gets like half an inch too long, it just drives you nuts and you can't do a thing with it. So hopefully my hairdresser will remember to turn up this afternoon and I'll have a better hairdo. So I don't want to wash it now, I'll wash it just before she comes. So sorry if I look a bit of a scraggy. It's 10 to 9, we're on the, where are we? We are the 15th of May. And I've already put away my shopping delivery. I've had a delivery from Sainsbury's. This one came to £175, which included the delivery charge. I do try and go for those, there's a little green van when you choose your delivery slot. I suppose they all do it. I don't shop from anywhere else, as you know, really. So I try and get an environmentally friendly slot, as in the van's round your way anyway, so you know we can deliver it without using too much more fuel. So they do that sort of thing, but you still pay for the delivery, obviously. But I was going to show you these actually. I ordered some eggs, and I always ordered the same ones. They're free range eggs, and look at them. I got white ones today. Now I've had them before. I've had one once before, a few months ago. I got a delivery of white eggs, and it's just really strange, isn't it? I think I'm remembering this right, when I was a kid and we had eggs, and I lived opposite. I didn't live in the countryside. I lived in the suburbs of London, but we had a farm opposite, and if we ran out of milk, my mum used to send me over to the farmhouse, and we were, you know, with an empty milk bottle, and they top it up with this. I can still smell the living room, the farmhouse living room. It's just sort of warm, and I don't know, milky and warm, which sounds a bit crappy, doesn't it? But no, it was a nice comforting smell. And also with eggs, you'd get eggs from them, and I'm sure they used to be white. And then of course I don't know about other countries in the world, but they started bringing in brown eggs in this country at some point, and I think we all thought they were better for you, but of course there's no nutritional difference, is there? But you get so used to seeing those that when you see a little white one, I think I'm right in saying that a lot of, I don't know if everywhere in America is the same, I know some of you watch from the US, so you can always let me know. But I think you have white eggs, but you have them, you process them differently to us, don't you? I think they're kind of are they sterilised or something? I'm not really sure. And you have to keep yours in the fridge, don't you? Whereas we don't. But anyway, fascinating chat about eggs there. On the other thing I did on my delivery, I was obviously a bit trigger happy, and I ordered far too many bags of hula hoops. I always keep, of course I never touch it, but I keep a certain amount of snacky stuff in the cupboard for when, you know, we have visitors, as in children, come to visit us, and they like hula hoops, and I ordered too many, so if there's a world shortage, you know who caused it? Me. I'm sure they'll all get eaten though. The other thing I was looking at, oh, by the way, did I say the shopping came to, yeah, I did, £175, which is kind of what it costs. Got my son back this week as well, so I've had to cater for him as well. Over the weekend, him and the children will be here, so that'll be busy. And when I was putting the shopping away, I was looking at my fridge door and I was looking at the stuff I've got on it, and it just made me think, we all put stuff on our fridge doors, don't we? You get people that have loads of things on and people that have one or two. So I thought I'd show you mine and see what you think. Because it's a bit of a talking point, because I was looking at it thinking, well, why do I keep that up there and why do I keep that? And basically there's not very much. I'm not mad about collecting fridge magnets if I go anywhere. There are several on here that mean something, but not too many. And there's notes, and there's a thing about my dental appointment for November. I know, I can hardly wait. Yeah, just some bits and pieces. So I thought I'd be interested to know what you keep on your fridge doors. You'll have to tell me when, if you fancy telling me, when you comment, and I know some of you will, because you are very good at commenting on my videos. But the main purpose of doing this morning, apart from just a little hi and talking about the shopping and bits and pieces, is I've got a bit of a project that I'm thinking of doing. Now, it's not wildly exciting probably to most of you, but I need to get it done, and I thought if I show you what I want to do, maybe you could tell me if you've got any opinions. So in our living room, I will show you in a minute, in our living room we have it's essentially a cupboard, and we changed the doors in that room, and so that cupboard has a glazed door, so obviously you can see through it, and it's been used for, it's not particularly big, but over the years we've had it as a computer area, we've had it as a games room. This is a joke, you know, games room. My current husband, he bought a PlayStation, and I said, well, I don't really want to sit while watching the main TV in the living room while you're playing on your PlayStation. So we bought another TV to put in there, and he had a little chair in there, and he could go and sit in there, and it was still in the same room effectively, but I didn't have to get involved with it or look at it. But anyway, he's gone off that now, so that's changed. I've had my tumble dryer in there before. It's been all sorts of things, and most recently, as he's self-employed, he has a lot of paperwork and books and whatever, so I've laughingly called it the office, and it's not an office, it's basically a cupboard where we shove everything. Well, it started off nice and tidy, but it's got in a terrible mess, so I'm thinking of swapping it over. Now, the other thing is, the room we have upstairs that the children stay in, so it's our smallest bedroom, that has had several uses over the years as well, because our children, apart from, you know, occasionally popping back to stay for 1 or 2 years for whatever reason, you know, one of them came back with her boyfriend before she had any children, and came and stayed here for, I think it was about 2 years, so they could save up for a deposit. One of my daughters lived here until had her baby while she was living with us, and then she moved on. And then we've had recently my son has been here for the last couple of years, while he's been sorting stuff out, and Yeah, so the rooms kind of chop and change quite frequently. I think most people have bedrooms that they keep as bedrooms for forever, but ours have been all sorts of things. And at some stage, they've either been a children's room, an adult bedroom, or they've been an office, or whatever. So currently the smaller bedroom is the children's room, and there's bunk beds in there. I also keep my tumble dryer in the corner because when my son moved in, we had to sort of disperse everything fairly quickly. It was quite an unexpected thing, and so that's ended up in that room. I don't put it on when they're in the room or staying, but that's where I keep it. And of course, there's toys, and I've been thinking over the last few weeks. My youngest grandson, who's 3. He's the only one really that's interested in the toys, and every time he comes here he wants to go upstairs and get some toys down, and which is fair enough, but of course then we have to go, somebody always has to go with him because there's stairs, and I've taken all the stair gates and things down, and so you think, oh, and then you've got to stand there while he chooses things, and then you've got to sort of help him down the stairs, which I know is a bit of a mean way of looking at it, but and I thought, well, maybe it's better if I swap the officey bit upstairs and then I have the toys in that cupboard downstairs, so at least when I'm clearing up everything, when it's not just him, whenever the grandchildren that are coming this weekend, they play with the stuff when they're here, and of course nobody picks it up except me, so I just thought maybe I'll swap them round. Stop me if I'm getting a bit boring with this. But anyway, so I thought I'll show you what I mean. I've got really restricted space, and I don't know if it's a good idea anyway. I might just be wasting my time, so I'm going to have a little sort, and first thing I need to do is get rid of loads of unnecessary paperwork. I've just bought myself a new shredder because the other one gave up. And so I need to sort out paperwork, which I'm intending to do that today, not in front of you, don't worry, and I want to be able to breathe. It's just really winding me up, this room. So anyway, I'll show you my fridge door first, and then we'll go on to the other bit. So I'll see you in a moment. Okay, so we'll start at the top. The first thing I've got on the fridge is it's a fridge magnet of Las Vegas. I mean, I've been there long time ago, but current husband has been there more recently because he went on a stag do, and there was something else. I think when he was 60 as well, they went to Vegas and he bought that back. And this card this is a greetings card. It was his birthday recently, and it says day with the family, and you can probably see it's everyone's on their phones and devices and whatnot, so I think that's fairly it's just how things are, isn't it, really? Even us old people are starting to do it. There's a Penny Lane fridge magnet because we went to Liverpool we actually went to the Grand National it's before lockdown. I would never go again, it wasn't really my thing, but it was nice to go to Liverpool. Picture of my mum and dad and me and my mum, and they're cut up. Well, the one at the top it's a long story, but it's not because anyone was cut out of it. It just got snipped and I just put it up there. One of my daughters bought me a wine bottle fridge magnet. I mean, I don't know what she's thinking. This Take an Old Bag shopping, Kenny's mum, sorry, current husband, I keep slipping into his name. Current husband's mum bought that years ago over here, and I just keep it because Take an Old Bag shopping, I think it's quite funny. This is the Tower of London, as it says. When I was 70 last year, we went on this fabulous day out into London because that's where I lived initially when we came back from Australia, and I've got a bit of a soft spot for London. And one of the things I wanted to do, we went on a sightseeing tour with a private taxi. It was really good. I might have said this in a previous video, I don't know. Sorry, I'm not holding this camera very steady. But actually I found the Tower of London a bit difficult to negotiate because when you've got a bit of a Wookiee hip, But anyway, that's the souvenir of that day. This is, I'm sorry about the ums, this is a picture, my youngest grandson, his mum came round a few weeks ago because I pick his brother up from school on Fridays, so she comes here with the little one to pick him up. And you always dread it when they've got a bit of paper from wherever they've been during the day. So she said, oh, he wants Nan to have it. And I thought, I bet he does. You just don't want it, do you? So she gave me this picture, which I've put on the fridge because you do, don't you, when children do things. I'm not sure what the statutory time for keeping these things up is. I mean, I'm sure he wouldn't remember doing it. I don't suppose he cares whether I've got it or not. But you kind of feel a bit guilty if you whip it down, don't you? On this side, we've got an oven cleaning card, and then we've got a picture of Olivia Rodrigo. And you might ask, why have you got a picture of Olivia Rodrigo? And the reason for that is my granddaughter that comes and stays every fortnight. You know how when you go when you take them around the supermarkets, they insist on a magazine that's got some old tut on the front, and they always cost about £7 these days, which is absolutely ridiculous. Anyway, her dad had bought her a magazine and she'd ripped out some pictures, and she'd picked out a picture of Olivia Rodrigo and ripped out a picture of Beyonce, and she said to me, do you know who Olivia Rodrigo is? And I said, yeah, well, I said, yes, I know she's a singer. And she was quite surprised I knew that. And if she'd have asked me probably 2 weeks before, I probably wouldn't have known, but I did know that. And she said, do you know who Beyonce is? And I said, yes, she's a singer as well. And she said, well, my mum likes Beyonce, so you can have this picture. So consequently, we've got a picture of Olivia Rodrigo on our fridge for no good reason other than a bit like the picture for my grandson, really. You don't want to take it down, do you? I've got one of these little timer things, so if I'm timing stuff and we're in the garden and I can't hear the oven beep, that's a backup plan. Although it stopped beeping ages ago. Well, it used to ding, but it stopped doing that. This, I don't know where this came from, but I think it's quite amusing. The more you drink, the hotter your husband looks. Well, I'm not saying anything more about that. Then again, this is a former mother, his mother's handiwork. She brought this over one day. I mean, she's been gone a long time now, so I don't know how long this has been up here. I mean, I have moved it. We have had more fridges, and I've just moved it on to the next fridge. And it's because I'm your mother, that's why, which we all like to say, don't we, on times in our life. This is a picture of my favourite holiday destination, which is Nerja on the Costa del Sol. We've been there quite a number of times. Not going this year because of doggy things. You know, they're getting a bit too old to be left now. So hopefully we'll get to go there again. We've been there I think we've been there about 8 times. Really like it there. That's sort of a Malaga part of the country. This is one of my other places I like. This is Minorca, and we went to Calembos. I think that was that last year or the year before? Year before, I think. So that was nice. And this is us at somebody's wedding, and now this has got to be 10 years old. You know how people have those photo booths, and you know, me and current husband, we're not really the fun people at a party, but we thought, well, and I just think they're nice pictures of us because we look like we're having a good time anyway. And this is just a whiteboard with, we keep a check on which jobs he's going to every day, because otherwise when it comes to doing invoicing and that, sometimes it's, oh, where was I on Tuesday? So that's what, most efficient way of doing it is a whiteboard. I've made various, you know, I've gone on to made a Word document and tried to fill that in, but it just gets forgotten. But this one, it's just easy to write down in the morning. So if you're interested, you know where he's going. He's going this week. So yeah, I'd be interested to know what sort of things you've got. If you have this thing with children's paintings and pictures, Actually the same granddaughter, she is, that I was saying about the Olivia Rodrigo thing, she's very, very creative, and she did a wonderful picture when we all went out there for my current husband's 60th a couple of years ago, and she did a picture of us all sitting around the table. It looked a bit like the Last Supper, but I mean, she captured everyone, and all the kids put me in massive glasses, so you can always tell me. I thought it's the first thing they see of me is my glasses. So anyway, that's that, and I will now show you this cupboard I'm talking about. Okay, well, first of all, it's a little bit dark in here because, of course, our canopy, which I don't know if you can see on this, is does keep the sun out, and it's not as sunny today, so which is, I mean, keeping the sun out is brilliant when it's boiling hot. It does make a difference in this room. Anyway, this is the door that I'm talking about to the cupboard. The first problem is, of course, there's a TV here, so with people in and out, I mean, we've not had a problem so far, to be fair, and the children play hide and seek in there, although they can't at the moment because there's too much stuff, but that's one of their hide places. But that's one thing to think about. In case you think you're going a bit cross-eyed, that's my mirror that I use when I try on clothes to see what I look like. I just keep it there because I do the try-ons downstairs. So yeah, there's a safe with basically nothing in it, so some lighting. These are, a lot of these photos are sort of family photos of people that aren't around anymore, and rather than having, you know, I've got my sort of dead people obsession thing with the graveyards and the videos and that sort of thing. So I tend to keep, they're not all not all dead people, but some of them are, and I like to have them around, but not on display. And of course, current husband didn't know my parents or my sister. I met him after they'd gone, so I just think he probably doesn't want to look at pictures of people. He's got no idea who they are, but not all of them, you know, they're a lot of them are alive and kicking. So this is, you know, one of those, actually it's two of those, I think, did they call them Kallax? And you can see what a mess it is. Paperwork in there. I sorted out a load of what I said thought was important stuff and put in this some time ago, but it's just half of it. I was looking for something the other day to do with my state pension, and half of it's just not relevant anymore, so I need to go through that. There's a desk here, one of those IKEA like little desks, with I know you can probably see this without me telling you, but there's a printer under there. That's my shredder that doesn't work now. Why I haven't gotten rid of that, God only knows. Sorry about the arms. Sorry about the finger in front there. There's also bits for his job, so there's all manner of stuff really. I don't know really where to start with it. The lighting in here is fairly poor. He put a light switch up there, but I don't really want to face the camera at it, but you can see just where that light's falling on the picture. There's a light switch up, a light bulb up there, a bare bulb, and it just looks awful. This is paperwork, all to do with his work. He says most of it he needs, so I'm going to have to cope with that. We had a bit of an overflow at Christmas of finding, you know, when you buy a load of booze at Christmas, or even soft drinks as well, and then some of it gets used and then loads of it doesn't, and it does here, it sits in a corner for about 2 months before I think I must do something with that. So I got current husband to put a big old shelf thing here so we could put the leftover stuff here, and it was quite tidy for a while, but now I looked at it all the other day and we don't need any of this stuff. The only thing that anyone that ever might drink is I think an unopened bottle of vodka. Might start on that in a minute myself, I think. Might get the tidying done. So yeah, there's just loads of stuff, and there's stuff under there. There's something I'm supposed to be redoing for my daughter. When my kids got to 30, I did a big sort of, I know you probably know, I mean, my daughter's heading, she'll be 3, thrilled if I tell you, into her mid-40s now. But there's probably other ways of doing it, or you know, online or digital versions, but I made them a physical, each of them when they got to 30, I made them a folder with all memories and, you know, like a list of number ones for every year they've been alive and information on the day they were born, that sort of stuff, because you know, you want them to come and visit you in the old people's home, don't you? So you've got to keep them on your side. So but she wanted me to redo it, and this was, it's got to be 2 years ago she asked me, and I started and I've just got no further with it. So that's something else. But anyway, so you get the idea of this room. I would say, oh, and there's a bit of wallpaper there that I had left over from how my room looked before, and I just thought I'm just going to leave it there. I can't be bothered to take that down. So I would say this room is probably, let me have a guess, 1, 2, 3. I would say it's approaching 6 foot, but not quite, by about roughly 3 foot or something. So yeah, there we go. That's how that looks at the moment, and I'll show you the bedroom. Right, so this is the 3rd bedroom. It's not actually a bad sized room, but there's, like every room in this house at the moment, there's probably more stuff than need be in it, because, you know, we've got an additional person taking up some room, so, which is fine, you know, you don't begrudge it, but I'm just saying. So we got the bunk beds for the children. I've just made those up because they'll be here this weekend, as I said. Got Cyril the Schnauzer there, he's a doorstop. So there's, my daughter was clearing out my other granddaughter's room, and she decided she didn't want this little white table. I think they're probably IKEA things. And she said her brother, when he moves out, he could have it for the children when they visit him. So there's a table here, and this, I don't know what you call these, but I think, as I say, I think they're IKEA. You'll probably know, I'm sure nearly every household in the world's got one of these. This has got my stuff in it. So it will be a question of bringing both these downstairs, although I could leave the table. I'm a bit undecided about that, but you know, we've got, I have cleared out lots of toys and things in the past, but they're still, I don't know where, they're just not used. This is a very special teddy. This was my sister's, and so he would be now, what would she be, 76 or something, and he hasn't got well, he's barely got any hair on him at all. There's been a few DIY sewing jobs by my mother. I've often thought about sending him on that TV show, what do you call it, Repair Shop, but you know, he is what he is, and I don't really want to put him through it at this age. He used to be nice and furry, but obviously lots of cuddles over the years, and he's going in my coffin with me, so that's just to cheer you up. Because yeah, I just don't want anything to happen to him. He doesn't get played with. I've made the mistake of sitting him on my bed a few times, and the dogs get him, so we just keep him out of harm's way. But the other is just, you know, kids' toys, so that's, I don't have a lot of stuff I'm sentimentally attached to, apart from, of course, my children, my grandchildren, and my current husband. But but he is on the list, definitely. Oh, and this picture I made for my son when I was pregnant with him, so that was in 1984, and it's absolutely falling to bits now, and I just cut bits out of, I had a child's colouring book and bits of felt, and I just cut round the shapes in the colouring book and stitched them all on, so I just put that up here. And that was the wallpaper he had in his bedroom. It was Laura Ashley wallpaper. I mean, I know it's a mess now, but 40 years ago it was all the rage. All looked quite good. So we've got books on one of these little shelves. Yeah, there's a little plain shelf there, aircraft plane, that's what I mean. So, and stuff on the walls. I mean, this stuff's all right, that can just stay there. But this corner, this is where I keep my tumble dryer. And that's fine, but these boxes on top, they're my crafting and fabrics. And I used to just keep them under this bed, out of the way, but my grandchildren, they play when they wake up in the mornings and they get all the stuff out, and it's not really very suitable. There's scissors in there and pins and all sorts you could imagine, and they don't seem to have any, they don't have like a filter of, or perhaps she's put this here out the way. So I've just shoved them up here out of, so hoping they don't notice them, and so far they haven't. So this is a right old state, and this I've got to, these are all my clothes I sorted out, and I've got to put those back in my wardrobe. I'm going to do that today, so there'll be a bit of space here. So this is it. This is the amount of toys we're talking. It's cars and I don't know. I can't even open the drawers. They're just all stuff you just throw it in when they leave. I'll tell you what though, this light, which isn't set at the right time. Oh, it's got a sticker on it. It's the brightest thing on God's earth, I'm telling you. It's if you wake up in the night, you think, oh, what's that? It's like someone's putting a flashlight in your bedroom, and it's the next room to ours. So yeah, that's why I put it face down. That's not set to the right time. Anyway, so that's what this room looks like. So that's what I'm dealing with. This is the space I've got. So I don't know whether to have this as a bit of a hybrid of an office and a bedroom, or whether, I just don't know. I'm a bit stumped. Usually I've got a plan, but I'm just really not sure. Anyway, let me know what you think about that. If you've got any views, if you want to let me know, please do. I was going to start doing this today, but I think I'll just try and sort the paperwork out today and then do the rest of it over the next few days. But yeah, so I'm a bit not sure what to do. So yeah, that's that for this bit. So I've been upstairs and I've put all the clothes that were in the children's room behind the door. I've put them all in my wardrobe, so that space is clear now. So at least done that. I did mean to mention as well, but it was hidden under a load of stuff. I got a new sewing machine for my birthday. I remember asking for a sewing machine when I was 40. I've had another one when I was 50. And then when I got to 70, I asked for another one. The previous one still works, but I wanted something that was had a bit more oomph to it. But that's another thing. I want room to be able to do some sewing, because it's just a bit of a nuisance at the moment trying to find the space. And on that note, when I was just moving my clothes across, I think I probably showed you this dress. I don't know why I wouldn't, because it was on the rail. But you know, when I was doing my sort out of what to keep and what not, and I showed you this dress, which is a V short sleeve. This is a Yours dress. It's got obviously a little ditzy print on it and a frill at the bottom. And I'm quite tall, I think. I'm 5'7". Well, people keep telling me I'm quite tall anyway. And this has always been a bit long. I know that this is a bit of a thing these days, isn't it? I think if you're petite and you look at petite ranges, things do tend to be quite long. But I like to wear dresses in the summer, you know, just during the day casually. So, and which involves me walking my dogs. And I don't really want to walk my dogs when my dress is scuffing in all the grass and stuff. So what I thought I'd do, and there is a point to me telling you this, is that I would remove either all of or part of the frill, just so it was that much shorter, because it really is sort of scuffing the floor. And then I might be able to get a bit more use out of it, because it just sort of puts me off. And with that, I will show you very quickly my sewing machine. Yeah, this is the sewing machine I got for my birthday. It's a Brother, I think it's an NV15 Innovis 15, if that means anything to you that who know about sewing. I hope the focus is all right in this. I just did a shot of it and it was going in and out of focus all the time because I'm resting the camera on my knee, so apologies for that. Anyway, I just thought I'd show you so you know what I'm talking about, and hopefully I'll get to use it very soon. Okay, that's it for today. Thank you very much for watching the video and for listening to me rattle on about stuff. If you've got any advice about the toys, the room, what to do, what not to do, I mean, I know at the end of the day it's up to me to do it, but if you've got any opinions, I'm always happy to hear them. I always look forward to that. I will do another video soon. Not sure what that's going to be about, but I'm going to go shopping at the weekend, so maybe we might have a little haul of something next week. I don't know. You know, if you've got anything that you quite fancy seeing me, a video on any particular subject that you might find interesting, do let me know. I'm always open to any reasonable suggestions. Thank you again for all your support. Thank you for watching, and I will see you very soon. Stay well, stay safe, and see you soon. Bye bye.